So after you have a stroke, a lot of females, they live alone, and a lot of the women die. Women that have strokes, they die.
Yes.
And it's a devastating disease that if you watch your family history, know your family history.
Yes.
Of course, you have to eat you have to eat the proper foods.
That's true.
Now, I still go to the gym. I have a couple of things that, I have to get back into the swing of doing. But you don't have to go to the gym because, I want to look like, muscles.
You're doing it for
you
your
want to
health.
be fit. And you know that, LaJoyce. So it's eating the proper foods. It's doing the proper exercises, but it's knowing your family history.
Yes.
Because a stroke can happen to a woman if you go to the hairdresser and you come up too fast from when they wash your hair. That can cause a stroke. Birth control pills.
Absolutely.
And
Especially
young
coupled
women
with smoking.
now, yes. And at one time I said, if you're 80-something years old, you'll have a stroke. I was 52 years old.
That's right.
And they kept telling me I was young. I didn't feel young at all.
Yes.
But when I read about it, So coming back, I'm telling you, I got out of Berg and I went to an outpatient facility.
Wait, what's Berg? Is that
Berg is the rehabilitation hospital. That's actually, people remember Superman. And I remember when my sisters were looking, I was saying to them, I said, Superman. And my sister, my youngest one, she said, we're going to get you at that rehab hospital. So they got me in Berg. And after that, I did a year as an outpatient at Helen Hayes, which is located in Rockland.
I want you to pause right there. You said a couple of things that I just want to back up on. The first thing is I want to push back a little bit on the family history. You are absolutely right on knowing the family history, because knowing the family history gives us an opportunity to change our trajectory.
Yes.
Because I always say that your biography does not dictate your biology.
Yeah.
We have an opportunity to change. Now, if we're going to eat exactly what Mom and them ate, then we're going to come down with the diseases of Mom and them. If we change everything about it, because that happened in my family. When my father was sick, the doctor sat us down and pointed all around the room with all the brothers and sisters and said, all of you all are suspect of colorectal cancer. And I ducked out of the way. I said, don't point at me, because I am not going to be suspect to that, because my father is not eating what he should be. I am not eating cheese food wrapped up in bologna and go through a whole package of bologna every 3 days. I am not drinking 3 liters of Coca-Cola a day. I am not eating a pack of dietetic of cookies every 2 days. He said, that's what he eats. I said, I'm sorry that you don't know that. So if I was doing what my father would, I could be in the same condition, which started with gout, next then it went to diabetes, which next went to cancer, which he ended up dead.
Yes. Yeah.
And so you're absolutely right on knowing the family history. So because I know mine, I'm avoiding the things that my father did, like the plague. Okay? And so we have that opportunity to change everything about us when we know what the family history is. And I contend that it's not necessarily family history, but it's family eating habits.
I really believe that too.
It's passing down recipes. And I always say that a husband needs to stop getting his wife on the phone with his mother to find out how she made the pot roast and all of that stuff with the gravy dripping off it. He knows it killed his daddy. That we have to stop that behavior. So that's the first thing I want to bring up. The second thing that you talk about, the rehab. Do you know, as African American people, we don't want to go to rehab.
That's right.
What, Beverly, talk about it.
Absolutely right.
Talk about it.
They, when I was in the outpatient rehab, I saw, and if I'm taking a percentage, maybe 5% were people of color. There was a gentleman who actually was a big executive, Wall Street. He was in Burke. We were in Burke together. Now, they give you the option that you can go home after you stay in the inpatient facility after 2 weeks or 4. Yeah. But they will recommend that you go to a rehab. This particular gentleman, his wife said, no, he's going to come home and we'll have someone come home and help him.